What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're gonna be reacting to some scary fast food animations. Who would have thought getting your favorite fast food could be so terrifying? Well, let's check out some of these animations. Here we go.
Weekend, dead in the middle of winter. I'm an only child and 7 years old. This night, my parents finally agreed to my pleas to go to Chick-fil-A for dinner. It was around 7 p.m.
I want to go to Chick-fil-A. It's so
winter,
tasty.
It was already pitch black outside. We showed up, and we went inside to find the place was decently busy. Though, it was a weekend, so that was to be expected. We ordered our food, and I went to go pick out where we'd sit.
Eat more
I
chicken.
remember picking a booth in the corner, right next to the play place. Right as the server brought over our food, I
They have a
quickly began
play
eating my
place at
chicken
Chick-fil-A?
nuggets, knowing that the quicker I ate, the more time I'd have to be in the play place. When I finished, I asked my parents if I could go play, and of course they agreed. I was inside for maybe 10 minutes, when through the windows I saw that cow mascot.
Oh, the
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A cow.
to interact with the kids. I instantly got excited. It was really rare to see the cow, as Chick-fil-A rarely had someone in the costume. I remember seeing
Right,
him
I've never
high-fiving the
seen
kids,
anyone
walking
in
around
an
the
actual
building.
costume.
A few minutes went by, and the cow proceeded to walk up to the play place and open the door. I instantly ran up to him and gave him a high five.
Hi,
But
Mr.
just
Cow.
then, the guy in the costume gave me that hand motion to follow him. And without a second thought, I did. We first went out the play place door.
Don't
Then to my
follow
surprise,
the
actual
mascot.
building through an exit in the back. At that point,
Oh,
even
man.
at my young age, I realized something wasn't right. As we got outside,
Yeah, that's a little
the guy took off his
sketch.
cow mask. To my
Oh.
surprise, the guy was really old, maybe mid-60s. The guy was sweating really hard.
Mid-60s.
And honestly looked like he hadn't showered in weeks.
Mid-80s.
I guess I never thought of what I expected the person who was in the costume to look like. But
Go
it
back
definitely
inside.
wasn't that. Seconds
Get
after
out
he
of
took
there.
off his mask, the dude started to literally pick me up.
Oh.
Now, at 7
Um,
years old, I didn't weigh that much, so he had no struggle grabbing me. Now knowing for sure something wasn't
Why
right,
is
I
he
squirmed to try to
carrying
break
him?
free. It didn't
Scream!
work. The guy proceeded to walk to a car in the very back
Scream
of the
as
parking lot.
loud as you
Dug in his
possibly
pocket
can.
And pulled out some keys.
Oh my
heart dropped when I
gosh.
heard the sound of the trunk
Take
of
the
the
keys
car
and
opening.
stab him.
My squirming
That's the best way to
intensified.
get out of
I
that
was full on
scenario.
screaming at that point.
And
But
scream.
luckily, before the guy could
Oh
stuff
my
me in his
gosh,
trunk, police
dude.
sirens rang out.
The cops showed up. What?
It was the most relieving sound I could have heard in that moment. The guy dropped me in
Why
reaction.
were the cops
got in
there?
his car and sped off.
Maybe
About
they
a
were
minute
just
later,
driving
my
by
parents
for a
came
different
running outside.
emergency.
I told them everything, and they were
The
absolutely
guy got
panicked.
scared.
Apparently.
Oh, it's your
The
lucky
guy was
day,
caught
bro.
only about 5 blocks away as the police saw his car speeding out of the parking lot and assumed it was
Oh,
him.
so they were going after
The
him.
story goes that the guy who was in the costume held the actual employee with the costume at knife point in the parking lot, demanding he give him the
Oh,
suit.
this dude didn't even
The
work
employee
at
complied and drove
Chick-fil-A.
away, but called the police on him
He
shortly
just
after.
stole the costume.
Now that I'm older, I routinely think back
Oh
to
my
that encounter.
gosh.
If the cops had shown up literally 30 seconds later, I would have been in that man's trunk.
You would have
and he
been
successfully
toast,
gotten
brother.
away with
That's
it.
why you gotta
As far
scream.
as I know, the guy was put in prison, and still is to this day for multiple attempts of child abduction.
Moral of this story, you guys, don't ever follow a cow when the cow is signaling for you to go in the back of Chick-fil-A. All right, guys, this next
got to
one
work
is
at
called
6:30
Psycho
p.m.
Rage at a
I went to
drive-thru.
McDonald's to get an iced coffee. I pulled up to the drive-thru, and there was a red truck in front of me with no cap on the bed.
This dude's just
Super
trying to get
wide,
an iced
so
coffee
I
at
can't
Mickey
see the
D's.
mirrors, and thus can't get a glimpse of who was inside. I'm minding my own business when I noticed that the red truck had pulled up to the second pickup window.
Don't tell me
I
this
didn't
guy's
think
gonna
anything of
honk.
it, and just assumed they had a big order, and the McDonald's employees asked them to pull up so I could get my iced coffee from the first window. That's when I look up, and I see the truck's reverse lights come on. Okay, they must have pulled a little too far, and are backing up a
He's
little. No
reversing.
big deal. They
He's trying
keep
to
backing
ram into
up
your
without
car.
signaling at all to me.
I mean, hey,
slowly
we've
back
all
up
been
to
in
them.
those situations
Luckily,
where the
there was no one
person in
behind
front
me.
of you, it takes
They keep
so
going
long
until they're finally
with
at the
their
first
giant
pickup
order.
window.
Well,
The
why is this
McDonald's
dude
employee
backing up?
looks out the window at me,
This dude's just
shrugs,
like, oh.
and gives me a look like they were just as confused as me.
He's like, I don't know,
A few
dude.
minutes goes by.
I'm just doing my
At
job.
this point, I'm just thinking about how strange and not a part of common etiquette it was to back up without signaling to anyone that you needed to do so. They could have easily hit me had I not been looking straight ahead.
Just go inside, dude.
About
Give my
another
man
5
his
minutes
iced
goes by.
coffee.
No one is being given any food. I just wanted my iced coffee, and I'm starting to get a
Right.
little annoyed that they backed up. Thinking maybe they were told to go to the second window since I only needed the coffee, but they suddenly felt like refusing to do so would get McDonald's to get them their food faster.
Oh, he's
Thus,
mad
they backed up to
now.
the first window.
Just start laying
I
on the
honestly
horn,
don't
dude.
know.
It's the last solution you have.
Anyways, I continue to sit
Other than
there
going
and wait for my
inside.
food when I see the driver's side door to the truck open. Out comes a man, like 30 or 40 years old.
Oh,
He was wearing light khaki-colored overalls and a
is
dirty
he all
white
dirty?
shirt. He starts walking slowly over to my car.
He's been eating a little too much greasy food. He's getting all over his belly.
When he needed to back up. He gets to my passenger door window, turns so he's facing
Oh
the
my
window head
gosh,
on,
look at
and
his
just stares at me.
eyes.
I'm waiting for him to signal to put my window down, thinking he had something to say.
Dude,
Doesn't do anything.
if that guy was
He just
right up
stands
to
there
your
and
window, you'd back
That's
up.
when I
I'd
start
leave.
to
I'd be
lift
like,
his
yo,
hand
you're
to the
creeping
door
me
handle.
out.
I quickly lock the door.
Oh, now he's trying to
immediately
get
starts
in?
Screaming and continues to attempt to open my now locked door.
Oh my god.
Not like
Bro,
an
I
angry
just want my
scream,
iced
more like a
coffee.
mentally unstable
Okay?
scream. The guy then goes from trying to open my door to attempting
man's
to break my window with
hangry.
his elbow. At this point, I want to drive away, but there was now a
Yeah.
car behind me waiting in the
Oh my,
drive-thru.
and now he's smacking the
Too close to
window.
both the cars in front of me and the car behind me to be able to drive.
Bro,
off.
you need to
Thinking
relax,
quickly,
okay?
I turn off my car, take the keys,
Give this man a Big
and run
Mac.
inside the McDonald's in hopes he doesn't follow me. All the McDonald's employees
Oh,
saw this
man.
going down, and when they
The
saw me running
employees.
inside, they let me hide in the back until the man just leaves. I then
Jeez.
proceeds to check all the cars in the parking lot to see if they were locked. We instantly call the police, and they were
Okay,
able
so
to
this guy
detain the
went from
guy.
like ordering food to
Turns
trying to
out,
break in
the guy
everyone's
recently
car now.
escaped from a mental hospital nearby and stole the car he was driving. The guy was
Whoa.
carrying 3 different knives with him when the police detained him.
What?
Overall,
This guy
this
escaped a
experience still
psych
scares me to
ward.
this day.
And he was just trying to
I
get
was
some
able to react fast
McDonald's.
enough to lock my door before he could open it.
Jeez,
Dude,
that
who
was a
knows
crazy
what?
story. Okay, we have another McDonald's creepy story here, but this time it says something about a clown invasion at McDonald's. Maybe Ronald McDonald's gonna come. I don't know.
As I was working hard to afford my apartment while taking classes at the local community college, I normally worked the later shifts at the drive-thru window, which is the one spot most employees hated working the most. You constantly have to deal with extremely impatient, oftentimes very rude people who are on their phones or have music blaring, and oftentimes don't realize that I wasn't the individual who took their order, so it's not my fault if it's wrong. In addition to
Yo,
that,
give
you're
this
pretty
man
much
a
constantly on
break.
your feet.
He's just trying to
and exposed
afford
to the
college.
elements. No matter how cold, windy, or rainy it is, you have to keep leaning out into it, wishing that you were in a warm car about to drive away from this place. My point being is please try to be more kind and patient with the drive-thru people. Yeah, some are lazy, but most are trying their best. And even though you only see them for about half a minute, a kind remark or a warm smile might make their day. Anyways,
That's a creepy
now that I've
looking
gotten that
van.
off my chest,
Oh
I
my
work the late shift
god.
with 2 people who I believe qualify for the
What?
second category of employees. Connie was a high school dropout who was almost always late. So one night I was there after 11 p.m. by the drive-thru window on an
Jeez,
extremely
man,
cold
they look
January night,
crazy.
flipping through the pages of my class notes and trying to keep warm by the fry machine. Connie was mopping while looking at her phone, and Harold was in the
Good
back
job,
probably
Connie.
getting baked in the
Keep
walk-in
up the hard
cooler.
work.
That late at night, we rarely got customers, and if we did, they were almost always zonked out college
Yo, what's she
kids
playing on her
who used the
iPad,
drive-thru,
though?
but never physically walked into
Roblox?
the restaurant.
Man, she's going to town on
I
that
stood up and
thing.
stretched my legs and told Connie that I was heading to the bathroom. It was around 11:30 at this
She didn't
point.
hear you.
I came back less
She's-
than 5 minutes later.
She's too soaked
with
into her
Connie more or less in
iPad.
the same spot that she was before. I walked
the
past her
heck?
and turned the corner to return to the window, and froze dead in my tracks.
Oh my gosh.
There was a bald man in white face makeup and a black hoodie standing directly outside the window staring in.
Oh, I forgot they
His
said
eyes were
clown
wide,
invasion.
with a blank expression that read, "What kind of trouble can I create?" The figure made direct eye contact with me and
Why is he-
smirked and slammed his palm against the window. I had no idea
Oh, the
what to
window's
do,
closed,
and inside
okay.
my head, the words clown, mime, psychopath, danger, and death
Psycho,
all
for sure.
exploded like fireworks. The window was already shut and locked to protect myself from the cold, but the doors were all unlocked, And this person
Lock
could easily
them. Lock
walk
those
right in and grab
doors.
any one of us if he
Nobody's
wanted to.
allowed in with makeup
In my head,
on.
I kept
I mean,
referring
like
to
face
it
paint
as
makeup,
he,
obviously.
But honestly, I had no idea what the gender was. The outfit and makeup made the stranger look androgynous. Maybe that was the point. The figure slapped on the glass window again with its hand.
Open.
Drawing out the word like a snake.
You
Now,
think
even
he's
if the
gonna
figure wasn't
open
dressed
after
like
you say
I
that?
was under no
With that
obligation to
voice?
open the window. It's unlawful to serve walk-ups at the drive-thru window, certainly for their safety, but also for ours. I shook my head and backed away. I called over my shoulder.
Yeah, no thanks, dude.
Lock the doors. The whole time, this figure didn't
Lock
break
'em.
eye contact with me. And to the
Oh,
best of my
is that the
memory,
same guy?
I don't even remember it blinking. It drew back its
Jeez.
lips in a sinister smile. Its gums were black. I don't mean I
Ugh.
was too far away that I couldn't see clearly. I
He
mean
doesn't
its
even
gums
have
were as black
gums
as
on his
licorice.
teeth.
Open.
Oh, they're black.
It hissed
No.
again, louder this time.
Throw French
Its
fries
other hand
at him. Maybe
slammed
he's
against the
hungry too.
window, and it licked its lips with its tongue.
Yuck.
Open.
Ew.
That's when a third hand slammed itself into the window. A left hand.
A third
It was
hand?
just as pale and as skeletal as the other two.
What?
Call the cops! I screamed and ran
Call
back
the
into
cops.
office, which was the
Quickly.
only room with a
This
walk-in
dude's just
door,
sitting
no
there. He's
windows.
clueless.
I heard Connie scream.
Where's Connie? There she is.
And she dropped her mop and flew across the room and
Oh,
made for the
no.
back with me.
Run, Connie. Keep your
All the
iPad with
yelling
you.
attracted Harold, and I shoved past him into the office and told him to look at the security camera. Sure enough, the white-faced creeper looked to have 3 hands.
Come on,
the
Harold.
window
You can do it.
and
You
was
got
tilting
one
its head
job.
back and forth, perhaps trying to discover where I ran off to. We locked the office door and called the cops, explaining to the operator that there was at
They're
least 2
watching them on
prowlers
the
outside
security
acting in a
camera?
threatening manner towards us. I kind of expected it to be over
Oh,
after
no.
I called the cops. If it
Where's
was
this
a
guy
prank,
going
They
now?
would run once they realized they scared me enough to call 911. But it didn't end there. We watched as
I
the
don't think
figure
they're
left
afraid of the
drive-thru
police.
window, circled the building, and made for the
Oh,
restaurant
they're actually
door.
trying to break in?
Is there a second one?
So there's 2 of
Look
them.
for a second one. I panicked while still on the phone with the operator.
They're still looking for
Connie
the
was
second
freaking out,
clown
and
thing.
Harold was muttering something about not getting the police involved. That's when the power went out. Everything.
Oh
Cameras,
no, now the
lights,
power went out. I
phone,
wonder if they cut like
whole
the
building went down.
electricity off.
And barely 10 seconds after we all quieted down after shouting at each other in the dark, we heard footsteps in the dining room area. Connie,
Oh no, they broke in.
the doors, I whispered. She didn't reply.
Connie,
I think she had her
she
hand
forgot to
pressed
lock
over
the
her mouth.
doors. Connie, how could you?
Open.
Oh,
I
they're
heard a voice call from
inside.
outside the room in the dark.
Open.
The
No.
shot came at least 3 more times, circling from the kitchen to right off the hallway where we were hiding. I was convinced I was about to die, and every decision I had made in my
Seriously.
life that brought me there was flashing before my eyes. We heard footsteps past the office.
Oh, they're gonna
After
break
another few
in.
minutes, we heard the wail
Oh,
of
the
police
the
sirens
popo.
outside.
The cops
In
are
any
here.
moment, we expected to hear gunfire and the police shouting at someone to get on the ground, but we never did. We waited until the police identified themselves and opened the door and ran out.
Why
into
does the cop
parking
have an
lot.
Uzi though? Oh
Since
my
the power was
gosh.
down, we couldn't show the cops. the
Must have been
security
pretty
footage,
serious.
So we just told them what we saw. They
So
stripped
they-
the whole
they
building and said it was
disappeared.
clear. The owner of that particular franchise store showed up about an hour later, after Harold and
What
Connie had
the-
left. I waited for the power to be restored, so an officer could escort me back inside to collect my belongings. The next day my manager called me and asked me to work the night shift. I asked him if the creep from last night had been caught.
I'd be like, no
And he
way,
said,
dude, I quit.
There was no creep. I told him I quit and hung up the phone.
That's right.
This story is
It's
completely
dangerous
true.
job.
I have no idea what caused the power outage, which apparently erased all the security footage from the day.
So
Without
they didn't have the
proof on video,
security camera
my
footage
manager and the
because of
cops
when the
concluded
power
that
went
it was
out,
an
it
elaborate
erased.
prank. But that third hand still bothers me to this day.
Yeah, who's
Even
third
more so when
hand?
it's
We
hungry
only saw
and
one of them.
human eyes.
So
Sure,
creepy.
It could have been a prank, but I wish someone would just confirm that for me, so I can sleep again. Keep your windows locked at night, and if you hear someone tapping from behind the curtains,
And if you work at McDonald's,
don't open them.
I don't know. You're a hero.
This happened.
All right,
4
we got
years
another
ago.
Chick-fil-A
I was
animation.
12, going on 13 in just a month or two. My friend Lindsay was 14, which was quite a bit older than me. At least at the time, as the 2-year age gap was pretty big. We met in school and quickly became close friends. We were spending almost every single weekend together.
So we got
Nothing
two
seemed to
best
be out of the
friends.
ordinary. It was your
Lindsay's the
typical
older
Friday
one.
night. We carpooled to our family's apartment after school to spend the night together. After we ate dinner,
And they're having a
me and Lindsay went to
sleepover.
go hang out in her room. Now, Lindsay wasn't always a positive influence. She had a habit of talking to older guys online and lying about her age.
Older
Lindsay
guys.
showed me some texts between her and a man she was talking to. I don't
Johnny.
remember exactly what they said.
I'm chatting with
They
Johnny.
consisted
He's an
of him
older
trying
guy.
to convince her to meet up with him, and just the usual things you'd expect from a creep online. According to him, he was 19, tall, and blonde. And once I saw the text, I asked for
Ooh,
a
a
picture of him.
19-year-old.
Something didn't
They're
sit
going
right
to
with me after
Chick-fil-A,
seeing the
maybe.
messages. She showed me what he looked like, and he was very clearly not 19. The man was at
That's
least
not a
40, and
19-year-old.
looked like he lived in his mother's basement. That's
Yeah.
when Lindsay's phone started ringing.
Like,
It was
oh.
the guy. Lindsay answered without hesitation, and when I heard the voice on the other end of the call, I felt like I was going to be
40-year-old? I mean,
sick. I could
19-year-old
clearly
Johnny?
hear the guy trying to convince Lindsay to meet up with him. Lindsay replied saying she couldn't because she was spending the night with a friend. The mention of that must have sparked his interest, as the guy then proceeded to try and ask to meet both of us. Lindsay,
No,
lacking
he's
any
a
common
killer.
sense, said yes.
Just get your
Thus
Chick-fil-A,
began our
come
plan to
back
sneak
home,
out and
watch a
walk to
scary
meet this
movie,
random guy
go
in
to
a
bed.
Chick-fil-A parking lot. I obviously didn't want to go. I was raised on stories of what happens to teen girls who meet random men from the internet in person. But after adamant pleading from Lindsay that she
Meeting
didn't feel safe
anybody
going by herself,
Off the
I
internet.
agreed.
Sketchy.
We
Don't
took our
ever
phones
do
with us
it.
for the walk. The route we had to take to get there didn't have very many street lamps, and there weren't any houses.
Late at night,
We were
Chick-fil-A
surrounded by
meetup
trees on both sides
with
of
a
us.
stranger.
When we got to the parking lot,
not
it
gonna
was
be
almost
good.
empty.
The place is
Chick-fil-A was
closed.
about 15 minutes from closing, and since Lindsay hadn't received a text from the guy saying he was there yet, we decided to go inside. We ordered some milkshakes and went to go sit on one of the booths while we waited.
Okay, milkshakes.
While we were sitting inside, I couldn't help but notice a car pulling into the parking lot, just continually circling the building. The
Oh,
car clearly
no.
wasn't looking for a parking spot, as it went around the
No.
building very slowly around 10 times.
Just wait till they
All the while,
close.
me and Lindsay were just watching it from
Get an
inside.
Uber.
After we finished our milkshakes, the car was gone, and Lindsay never got a text from the guy saying he was
Hmm.
there, so we just decided to head back home. I was honestly insanely relieved that the guy never
I hope
ended up
they
showing
don't
up.
actually run into the guy.
As we were walking home, I couldn't help but notice how many times
Oh,
a
no,
car had
they're
passed us.
walking.
The street we
I
walked
forgot
on
they
to get
didn't
back was almost
drive.
completely desolate, with trees on either side of us. So to have even two cars pass
Oh,
us would
that's
have
the
been rare.
car.
But I ignored it. It didn't look like Lindsay even noticed. We got home.
Don't even say anything
Since
to
it was
her.
late, we decided to just go to bed in Lindsay's room. Fast forward to around 4 a.m., we woke up to a loud bang. It sounded like someone smacking on the
What?
window. Though Lindsay's room was on the second floor, meaning
Yeah,
something
what
must
the
have been
heck?
thrown.
Was he in a tree?
Me and Lindsay both sat up and looked at each other. The sound came again. That same bang. We
Did
both
they
agreed
see the
someone had
hand,
to have been
though?
outside. And just then, we heard the heart-dropping sound of a voice whispering.
Oh.
Hey, Lindsay, it's me. I followed you guys home. We both instantly
Oh.
panicked in reaction. We knew exactly who that was.
Hey, I
I
followed you
started
guys
crying.
home. By the
I
way,
was
it's
honestly
4 in the
terrified.
morning.
Lindsay ran to her parents'
What?
room and explained the situation. Her parents instantly
Her
called the
dad
police.
looks younger than that guy.
Of course, when they showed up, the guy was gone. Lindsay went to show them the conversations, but the account was deleted. Neither of us remembered the username either.
Sus,
So there was quite
dude.
literally nothing the cops could do but take a report. The whole encounter was really disturbing. Lindsay's parents were really mad with her, and this caused me to lose connection with her as a friend over the next few months.
Yeah,
I
I'd
haven't seen her in a
probably
while, and I'm not entirely sure whatever
stay
ended up
away from
happening with the
Lindsay
whole
from now on.
situation. I just hope that guy never returned.
So what'd you guys think? What'd you think about the fast food scary animations? I mean, this one was really good. I really enjoyed the Chick-fil-A ones. They were completely different. Don't meet strangers online. Don't follow Chick-fil-A mascots in the parking lot. And if you work at McDonald's, crazy things happen. That's pretty much what I got out of this. Anyways, you guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, smack the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!